Hello everyone! So finally, the long-awaited episode 105 of Skibidi Wars by Virlance came out a few days ago. And now I have an opportunity to make the best and most detailed analysis out of it. And I have to say sorry to all my fans that waited for my analysis of Skibidi Wars the most because I had to delay it once again. And, well, I had to do it as my neighbors really messed up with my sleeping schedule recently, so I had to wait one day more to finally get to work. But fortunately to you guys, episode 105 was one of the best episode Virlance has ever released, so today's analysis is going to be dope, even with the delay I had to make. Okay, and now let's jump to the events of the current episode. What do we need to know about the lost brother of Titan TV Man, and why it is so important for the series? Who helped the toilet inventor come back to reality, and how it is connected to the secret scene from season 24? And most importantly, what the phantom toilet became of, and what new abilities does her new form possesses. So if you want to know the answers to all these questions, then get your tea and snacks ready and prepare to watch this video to the end. Because I saved the best part for later, just as always. Let's go! Okay, well, but considering that my last analysis was posted quite a really long time ago, let me quickly remind you of everything that happened in the series before, so you could understand what is actually going on in this episode in the first place. So, the second part of episode 104 started with Titan Cameraman being beaten by the infected Sonar Titan, which continued the plotline from the first part of this episode, and in general it was really packed with intense fight scenes and dramatic plot twists. As Titan Cameraman struggles in battle a lot, Titan TV Man arrives just in time to save him, who was also accompanied by Titan Speakerman. And the arrival of these two allies turns the tide of the battle, plus their appearance was long anticipated by me since the last time I saw those two. Okay, but despite a fierce fight, Titan Cameraman and Titan Speakerman managed to overpower Sonar Titan temporarily. Then Titan TV Man attempts to cure Sonar Titan of his infection, but this process gets interrupted by the arrival of the Plague Toilet, who summons his minions to the battlefield. Titan TV Man charges his allies with energy, which allowed Titan Speakerman to unleash a powerful attack that incapacitates the Plague Toilet and stuns Sonar Titan. Titan Cameraman then disables Sonar Titan's jetpack and helps Titan TV Man remove the parasite from Sonar Titan, which leads to effectively curing him. And as the Titans prepare to eliminate the parasite, the Plague Toilet flees away. The episode concludes with Sonar Titan regaining his true form, and the Titans sharing a moment of friendship while celebrating their victory, so the episode ends on the pretty happy note in my opinion. Okay, so now that you've remembered everything, it's time to move on to analyzing the episode 105 that's already on your screens. And by the way, here's an interesting fact for you. As it turned out, more than 70% of the people who watch my videos are not subscribed to my channel. So I would really like to remind you to subscribe right now. And if you do so, I will be very happy. And I hope that you like this idea, and you won't forget to subscribe to my channel and help me achieve my true dream of having 100,000 subscribers on this channel. And if you do it before the end of this month, then I will make you a really good gift and prepare a crazy video that will definitely blow your brain. Okay, so if you're subscribed now, let's continue. So episode begins with Titan Speakerman and Titan Cameraman setting off to somewhere. And it can be actually explained by the finale of full version of episode 104, where a new secret ending scene was added after we saw the destruction of Parasite, who was controlling Sonar Titan for so long. So in the ending scene of the full episode, we saw the call from this computerman from Computerman's base, who told all the Titans that they must return to their respective bases in order to keep protecting the 4 keys the necromancer is hunting for. So despite the fact that the necromancer's minions already managed to grab the common key and escape with it, the Alliance still has 4 more keys to keep their eyes at. So that's why this computerman asks the Titans to return to their bases, so that they could strike back at any toilets who can try and conquer those 4 keys. But there is also another very good reason for the Titans to fly onto their bases, because some major upgrades are also waiting for them in there that were designed specifically for the next grand battle with the necromancer and the phantom toilet. And Titan Speakerman was the now who rejoiced due to such awesome news, the most out of all the Titans who were presented in this scene. And I also think that Titan Speakerman really deserves those upgrades at most, because his race is in dire need of protection right now. So their Titan needs to become really improved in order to withstand the next attack coming from their enemies' minions. And Computerman also says that Sonar Titan must join to Titan Cameraman as the microphoneman's base was already completely destroyed due to the Triadian invasion. And that's why in the beginning of episode 105, Sonar Titan wants to follow Titan Cameraman, but then suddenly Titan TV Man grabs his arm and prevents him from immediate flying away. He then addresses Sonar Titan with the following words: "I need to know where he is, my brother." And then he adds with the very sad expression on his TV set, "I need to bring him home." And if you don't really understand what he was taking about in this scene, and why it was Sonar Titan he was referring directly to, then let me explain everything to you right now. So in case you're new to Virlance's Skibidi Wars, then let me explain one really important difference to you. So the thing is that in this multiverse, there's not just one Titan TV man existing, but several versions of him that he himself calls brothers. So with each new important upgrade, a new version of Titan TV man appears, however complicated it might in fact sound to you. So Titan TV Man from episode 105 talks about Cinemaman Titan in this scene, who was captured by the necromancer himself so that this evil guy could use the body of the poor Cinemaman as his own vessel. And we could in fact see something like that happening in one of the secret scenes of season 24. Although this whole plot arc with Cinemaman Titan was happening much earlier in the series as well, and it could be rotated back to episode 78, for example, where his mind was captured by the necromancer's powers. And now in the recent episodes, the necromancer uses the poor Cinemaman Titan's body as the vessel for his own vile entity, which is not a good thing at all. And in episode 86, Titan TV Man actually saw his brother being used by the necromancer with his own eyes, and I bet it was the very unpleasant observation. So I can definitely see why Titan TV Man we all know wants to redo the history with his fallen brother. But why he does refer to Sonar Titan exactly about this task? Well, you see, this is actually pretty easy for me to explain. When Sonar Titan's body was possessed by the enemy, he was pretty close to all the evil masterminds of this series. So it's logical to suggest that Sonar should have his own memories on where the necromancer is supposed to be at the moment and where to find him. And that's why Titan TV Man needs Sonar to fulfill his dream mission of freeing his captured Cinemaman brother. And then the scene in this episode changes and we find ourselves in the actual necromancer's lair. And by the way, it's funny how Titan TV Man was just talking about his lost brother a scene before. Because in the scene with the necromancer's lair, we can see the body of his said brother exactly. And this is exactly what Titan TV Man aimed to find as well. So it seems like he already succeeded in getting close to it. So probably Sonar Titan shared its coordinates with him and then joined Titan Cameraman, so that's why Titan TV Man arrived at this lair alone. And to be honest, I am a little bit worried for him considering that he'll have to do such an important task all alone, but I am hoping that his desire for revenge will keep him strong enough against any foe that he might face. Okay, and then the scene changes once again and we're getting transferred to the Phantom Spire, which is the location of the Phantom Toilet, which is one of my favorite characters in Skibidi Wars, to be honest. And it looks just like the location of the most evil boss from some old video game or something like that. And then we can see the Plague Toilet teleporting to this place with the words, "We got it." And what he's referring to is this key card that was obtained by this microphoneman mutant in the first part of episode 104, who is also present in this scene. And this key card is one of 6 keys that are being searched for by the necromancer toilet. And in case you don't really remember what these keys are for and why they are so important, all of these keys gathered together can provide the exact coordinates of the administrators of the Alliance, although everything connected to both the administrators and these keys were always clouded in some sort of mystery. But now we know exactly what happened. So this microphoneman mutant stole one of the key cards, got to the toilet inventor, and gave him this card. And based on the tablet belonging to the toilet inventor, we can see that he already obtained 2 keys out of 6 as a whole. And that's why the toilet inventor says, "Excellent," and that his lord will be pleased by those results. And I believe that he meant the necromancer while saying so, because it was the necromancer who revived the toilet inventor. And that's why this one-eyed guy is supposed to be really grateful to him. And by the way, speaking of the toilet inventor, I found his appearance in this episode to be really interesting because all of us considered him to be dead for sure back in episode 88. But I asked Virlance directly about this guy without an eye, and he told me exclusively that it was the toilet inventor for sure. So now this is the officially confirmed comeback. And the robots we saw in the beginning of the scene with the plague toilet are also the toilet inventor's minions that this guy created so that they could serve him. And I also felt that the plague toilet's behavior was pretty weird in this scene. And it even seemed like he didn't really want to see the toilet inventor face to face. Do these guys have some sort of rivalry about them, or maybe we just don't know much yet? Or there is an even crazier assumption that one of Skibidi Wars fans voiced out, and it's about how the plague toilet and the inventor could be the same person all this time. But honestly, there are no pieces of evidence to prove this theory, and Virlance also decided to omit this detail in the conversation with me for how. Although I believe that if this theory would be true, then it would be really dope. Or what if the plague toilet was just another asset of the toilet inventor that he has been operating with all this time from the distance? Well, I guess we're supposed to wait a little bit longer in order to know all the answers to these questions. Okay, and then we see how 2 Skibidi carriers arrive with 2 cargoes, and then the phantom toilet appears as well, and man, that's where this episode starts getting even cooler. It already was. So it turns out that there were groups of Skibidi toilets who were brought to the Phantom Spire in one of these cargoes, and man, those little creatures look spooked as hell. And they were obviously brought here as a sacrifice, or according to the toilet inventor's words, they are supposed to ensure the Phantom Toilet's final transformation. So apparently the Phantom has got to consume their souls to literally transform herself. And yeah, in case you didn't really get why I said herself and not himself, here's your actual answer. So after the Phantom Toilet consumed the souls of these poor Skibidi toilets, it gets to the center of the spire, and then we see the really cool process of its transformation. And at first, the Phantom Toilet transforms into something resembling Miranda Boss form from the game called Resident Evil 8. But then it becomes more human, and now we can see that the Phantom Toilet became a really beautiful woman. And man, she actually looks pretty dope. And her appearance became a real surprise for me, and for a lot of other fans of Skibidi Wars as well. Because we all automatically considered every toilet character in this series to be male. Well, apparently we all were pretty wrong about the Phantom Toilet though, who in reality turned out to be the pretty goth chick with snake eyes, and I believe she's also become powerful as hell. And I must also add that her design reminded me of Alice from the game Alice Madness Returns. So maybe we can call her the Phantom Queen from now on. I think this name really suits her. Okay, and then she floats to the second cargo and literally rips its door into shreds with the help of her new powers. And we can see that there is another group of frightened Skibidi in this cargo as well. So she smiles like crazy and then leaps towards them to consume their souls as well, and man, this chick is really scary. And as the toilet inventor has been observing everything that happened in front of him, he says, she is ready. However, both she and the necromancer's powers are still limited in the mortal realm. But with enough souls, we will be able to achieve their omnipotence in the world. And I believe that by that, he means that both the Phantom Queen and the necromancer will have to consume even more souls in order to obtain more power. And then there's a high chance that they'll become simply unstoppable. And it would be really scary to imagine because in case of such scenario, the whole world would be simply doomed. So I really hope that the Alliance will find their means to oppose such a terrible threat, and that the upgrades they are preparing for the Titans will be really huge and significant. Okay, and then we can see the Phantom Queen's scary voice as she asks him, "Are they ready, Inventor?" And to that, the Toilet Inventor answers that he is still in the process of preparing the former Toilet Emperor and his right-hand droid for her deployment. And apparently this answer made the Phantom Queen really angry as she destroys 2 of Inventor's minions with her power of telekinesis. So he even gets scared and basically confirms my ideas about her being a queen, as he says it won't take much longer, Your Highness. So in case she gets even more mad out of boredom, the Toilet Inventor suggests her to join Gman on his mission to go and raid the Speakerman's base, and apparently she's really happy to do that. And oh man, now I'm pretty scared for Titan Speakerman and the base he needs to guard considering what huge powerhouse is coming to him. But again, I am having lots of hope for his upgrades, and I want to believe that he will somehow manage to survive this attack in the future episode. And that was all for today. And be sure to subscribe to my channel so you will not miss my new videos, and also to my Discord where you can contact me directly and get lots of info from my subscribers only. And that was me, isotoilet. See ya!